Let me ask you a question. Is there etiquette when it comes to laughing at someone based on their physical condition?
Yes.
Well, you don't do it.
Yeah.
You're talking to a queen of class here. Yes, there's etiquette.
You don't?
No, gosh, no.
What if they laugh? Does that make it okay then for you to go ahead and laugh?
It still doesn't.
I say yes.
I think it does. I think if they laugh, it makes it okay for you to laugh.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
They're just setting you up to see if you'll laugh.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, it wasn't okay, I guess I phrased it wrong, because I was at Sam's warehouse, at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Is it a club or a warehouse?
It's a club.
Both.
It's a warehouse club.
Okay. You been there before? Everybody knows what Sam's is? Okay.
They won't let me be a member.
So they have these scooters for folks that are in a condition, scooters that they can.
Don't want to walk.
A Rascal.
They're called Rascals. Yeah.
Rascals.
Yeah.
Okay. So this lady is checking out, and she's in her scooter, and she's checking out. She's got a friend with her, and it's very crowded at Sam's. So like every checkout lane is full, and so we're in our lane. We're like next to the lady who is in her scooter, and she's checking out. And so she is done checking out, and she's got some stuff on the front and some stuff in the back, and she's going full speed on that thing. It's got gears. It's got like. And so she's up in like fourth gear, and she's going as fast as she can go. And she is not looking. She's looking down. I think she was either putting like her card or getting her card out. I guess when do you show your card? At the beginning or at the end? Or both?
Beginning to get out of the store, in the store to pay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess she was getting her card back out of her wallet, and she's looking straight down. She's got her what is it? Rascal?
Rascal.
Yeah.
She's got her Rascal floored, and she smacks
Oh, no.
head on into a pole.
No, you got to laugh at that. If you don't laugh at that, something's wrong with you.
Full speed.
Okay.
So every person in the store that can see it is looking down and trying not.
How old was the lady?
Late 50s.
What's her condition that she was in the Rascal?
You want to make sure she's not hurt.
Yeah, was she hurt?
She was not hurt.
Well, then it's funny.
She got it thrust her forward.
Right into the fruits and vegetables.
When she hit the pole. And at first,
Was she not looking?
No, she was looking straight down and just. And I saw her going towards the pole, and I thought, surely she's going to see that. It's a big pole. I mean,
Throw yourself between it?
I was at the other end, though. I mean, I could see her going towards it, but I was at the checkout lane.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's a large pole. She's going to notice that coming towards her. No.
Luckily, you said she was wearing a helmet.
So she smacks into it, and she doesn't laugh at first. So everybody's trying, to do that. Then finally, she kind of looks around, and she sees everybody, saw what just happened. And then she starts to laugh, and then everybody laughs, and then it seemed like it was okay at that point.
Yeah.
But I don't know what exactly her condition was. I know she was a big lady. She was very large.
I think sometimes overweight people ride them just because they don't want to walk.
What are they called again?
Flaskers? What are they? What?
Rascals.
Rascals.
Flaskers.
Whatever they are. But it was just very funny to see someone smack into a pole. I mean, that's funny. I don't care who you are.
I saw a guy on one, I guess it was a Rascal, over the weekend. I was at an outlet mall on Saturday, and there was a guy and his wife, and I stared, actually. I couldn't help but, because they had the back of their van open. He was standing up, but he was a heavy-set dude, and they had the back of their van open, and this, elevator lift starts coming down.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, I was looking to see what it was going to be, and it was his, whatever this thing is, a Rascal or whatever it was. Like a scooter.
Yeah.
And he hops on that thing and goes scooting down the sidewalk, and his wife is like 10 steps behind. I felt bad for her, because she wasn't young either. She's hoofing it, trying to keep up with him, and he's just going everywhere in his thing.
Well, I think that if the person in the condition does laugh at themselves, then it's okay for everybody else to laugh.
There was no way not to laugh at that.
Yeah, I think that's the rule.
Were your kids with you? They'd love it.
We had.
They would love it, like it's a circus attraction.
Well, it kind of was, because when you see, I'm sorry, but when you see a big person hit a pole, it's funny. It's funny. I don't care who you are.
I mean, that's the basis for America's Funniest Home Videos. People getting hurt, and everybody has to.
Oh, yeah.
You should get that surveillance tape. You could win some money.
I guarantee, if you had a tape of that, you could. You could win some money with
that. Like I said, she was up in fourth gear.
The guys up in security are probably having big old time.
That'll be played at the Christmas party for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
You know it will. A Rascal, huh?
Yeah. They've got horns, too.
Yeah,
they know they do. I was in, an old historic farmer's market over the weekend with really narrow aisles. It's not handicap accessible. It's like 300 years old, this place. And so the woman's going through there, and she can't fit down the aisle, so she's just blaring her horn to get people out of her way. Me. Yeah.
Well, if she would have blown, maybe that pole would have gotten out of her way. I don't know.
I am thinking something that is so terribly not PC, and my better judgment tells me not to say it, but I want to tell you guys anyway because it's just honest. But it probably says more about me than anything else, and not in a good way either. But I'm not going to tell you.
Once you start, you got to finish.
Well,
That's the rule.
Oh, no, I
Can't do that. No.
Steve, you have to.
That's the
That's
rule.
a violation. You are a violator.
I know.
Don't make me beg.
Come on.
I'm on my knees.
Wild horses.
Please, please.
Get it out. It's okay.
The good people.
We won't judge you. It's
Oh,
okay.
you'll be the first.
We won't judge. We don't judge.
The listeners have paid for this, haven't they?
This is free entertainment.
I'm going to judge you, but I still want to hear it.
I'm afraid God is going to do something to me if I say this.
Well, you've already
doesn't
thought
do that.
He knows your thoughts.
Not at the moment. Maybe later, or when you see him face to face, but not now.
It's horrible.
We
You
all
ever
have
think?
bad thoughts.
You ever think something that's so bad and you can't? You just it's there and you know.
Yes.
Not Smitty, of course, not you. I mean, he's shaking his head. I mean, really, you think?
Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Well, who hasn't had a bad thought?
We,
You know,
we do. It's okay.
you've had it. You know, you have.
It's okay. Get it out.
Y'all, I'll tell you on one condition.
Yeah.
Think about your last bad thought.
Okay.
See, I was.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Think about it.
You don't have to tell us, Stacey.
Oh, okay.
Remember your last bad thought?
It's very
So
Yeah.
you thought you almost felt guilty for thinking it,
candle.
Yeah.
but you thought it, right?
Yeah.
He was
Got
all.
it.
He was sweaty.
Okay, I saw something over the weekend, and I thought to myself, and it's not the first time, I was in a place and there was nowhere to sit down, and it was that outlet mall, and had walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked, and I had seen the guy on the scooter thing, and I guess that's what made me think about it. That of all the things that could happen to somebody, see, and I apologize, you don't have to write if you're in this condition and say, oh, you don't know, because I know I don't know. I have no idea what it would be like, but it wouldn't be so bad to be in a wheelchair.
Look at Larry Flint.
You just get
He's
pushed
enjoying his
everywhere. You
life.
always have a seat. Think about it. Always.
No matter where
Somebody
you go.
pushes you around.
Uh-huh.
Well,
I
somebody.
mean, I'm sitting there with my tongue hanging out, hassling, walking through this outlet mall, and I'm like, man, if I could sit down and somebody push me, I'd do it in a minute.
But
And then I thought, that would not be such a bad way to
Yes,
go.
walking is such a burden.
It really is.
On the way to probably the big dog outlet. Was that the big dog?
but what you don't think about are probably the little things, like when it becomes a burden to be in one of those things, like when you got to go to the bathroom,
When you want to be romantic.
Intimacy.
and when you want, when you want to just get up and get somewhere in a
Lay
hurry.
down.
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
get it.
lay
You're
down,
right.
you
I
can't get
know.
up to
I
lay
know.
down.
I know. And I do feel guilty about it. And I know for people that are trapped in those things and don't have an option, it's awful. But I did think for a second, and it's not the first time, that wouldn't be such a bad thing.
Like better seats at concerts and stuff.
I
Ball
understand.
games.
I understand what you're saying. You wouldn't want to be confined to a wheelchair, but if it was PC, you'd like to have the option to be in one.
I might fake it.
Oh my!
That is the worst. God
Wow.
forbid.
No, I've seen shows and stuff where people do that, and everybody, leaves the room, the person gets up and walks. Like if I was at my house and nobody was there, I'd walk around, but as soon as the doorbell rang, I'd jump back in the chair and roll up and answer. And people would be like,
Well, it's a terrible way to do it. I mean, doing
that's
it
the best of both worlds.
doing it just to get
Please,
things.
don't think less of me for admitting this.
No, it's not that. It's just that then you are attempting something, because if you're doing it and you're not really legless, and you're not legless, then that's not. I mean, then aren't you inviting something?
Well,
bad
that's what I
then?
said. I'm afraid God's going to zap me.
Yep. God forbid you walk on that ice come November. You slip and fall. See, things happen. You better get some good boots.
What?
Yep.
You're going down. Miss-
You are. Go down.
You're going down.
But the boots are made for walking, and he's not doing any of that.
I've got another one.
You want a sticker, don't you?
Another? Isn't this enough?
You want a sticker.
For one day.
Haven't you done
When I was
enough already?
asking you guys to think of bad thoughts that you've had that you're not proud of, because I was going to verbalize mine. I thought of another one that I've had that I think is bad, but I can't.
Just tell us. We
it's
don't
a-
judge.
It's a
We'll
it's
take
a
this.
recurring thought.
Oh my, that makes it worse.
What is it?
This is nasty.
Do we need to issue a warning?
Mom, Dad, I
shouldn't be hearing this. This is not for my little ears.
And hopefully they're in school.
Please understand, I'm not saying any of this to be funny, to be smart, be smart alecky or cute. It's not, and I don't want anybody to think, oh, he thinks that's funny. I'm honestly just telling you what I've thought about. Sex with both a blind person and a deaf person.
Both? Like you would like to be involved
at the same time?
I think there is something extremely sensuous about having sex with a blind person.
Why deaf?
Well, I can arrange that for you.
Oh, boy.
Well, I know.
And the same with a deaf person.
Because I know why he's thinking the deaf person. I know
see.
that. I bet I can predict why he's thinking that one. Did we do a warning? We did a warning.
We did a warning.
I told you before I said this, and again, I'm just being honest.
It's because of the sounds that a deaf person.
That's exactly right.
You know.
Oh,
I think that would be.
they're gay.
I think that would be extremely.
There he is.
Oh, no.
Now don't make it worse, guys. I think that would be extremely sensuous.
They can't hear us. They can't hear us.
I think that would make it even more exciting.
I don't even know what to say.
I'm trying to think if I've had any more bad thoughts.
No. I think that's enough.
The blind would be
I think
cool.
you fought for all of us.
I think the blind would be sexual.
Have any of you guys ever thought about any of those?
I haven't. I mean,
I mean, really?
you said nasty thoughts, and I was thinking, you know, I didn't think anything like the handicap thing or the blind thing. Surely not the deaf thing.
I want to emphasize.
Yeah, Steve told me what I knew this was coming.
I'm not proud. I am not proud of this, and I'm not saying it to try to be funny. This is not planned. We got started talking about bad thoughts.
I knew this was coming.
I'm being honest.
Because a couple of years ago, I knew someday it would come out on the air. Because a couple of years ago, Steve saw Marley Matlin on TV.
Yes, he did.
And he had this whole.
No, I'm not making fun of anybody who's handicapped in that way at all. That I wouldn't, and I'm not, and that's bad. But I'm just saying that my own thought would be I find that appealing.
Well, Sean's got a best lady friend that's blind, and maybe we can arrange
No, she's not my lady friend.
What is she?
She's just a friend.
Just a
Well,
friend.
she's a lady.
Yeah.
But when you say that, it makes it sound like
that's
she was
girlfriend.
romantically involved.
That's girlfriend.
Now, Nilla Mike is here. He is a former intern of the Stephen.
He is both blind and deaf.
I actually acted out on one of those before.
Which one?
My dad has a replacement knee, so he has handicap tags. So I would always park in the handicap place, and I'd use his tag, and I would put on the crazy limp when I walked in the store.
Oh, you idiot.
And then what happens when you get in?
Just keep walking like that.
The whole time?
As long as you can put on that front, you're fine.
And I know what you mean. Everybody's been tempted, a lot of people, I guess, to do that. But what if there was somebody who really needed it and you were in their space?
Yeah, what about that? Somebody
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Seriously, would that?
I thought about it. I feel bad for a little bit, but I'd get over it.
You'd be closer to the car to run out.
That's the important thing, that you
Something
get over
really bad's going to happen to us for this.
Not
all of us.
We're fine.
Just a couple of us.
And I'm consumed with guilt. I'm a bad person, you guys, and I want everybody to know it.
No.
I'm consumed with guilt over that stunt I pulled, a few years ago at my house with the trash pickup service.
Yeah.
Why are you playing Staying Alive?
What about the Super Bowl thing where you wheeled yourself around the entire...
Well, he didn't wheel himself
convention?
around.
Oh, yeah. Who pushed you?
I forget.
I wasn't there.
Uncle George did. The thing is, that's the whole other story. But that is just simply where I did use a wheelchair at the Super Bowl, but there were like 100 of them. It wasn't the last one. I would never have taken the last one.
Really?
Of course, not an animal. Of course, I'm not that bad.
I only took one of the 100.
I'm not evil. You remember the house thing, though? That did bug me. That bothered me.
Yeah, I remember you.
There was no way to get.
Again, I can't remember.
You were having some problems with your trash pickup or
I had to
something?
move to get out of it.
Oh, the trash at the bottom of the hill.
I lived, the house was on the top of a hill, and it was way down, and that driveway was tough.
It was steep.
It was steep, and the trash would have to be picked up down at the bottom of the hill. You'd have to take it down there and then pull the empty things way back up. And it was
steep.
It's like climbing a mountain almost. It seemed like to get up there. And
Little hill.
so I would want to just put the trash out by the door, and to get them to pick it up, I had to tell them that someone lived there who couldn't walk, who couldn't get up and down.
Get it down the
You
hill.
didn't say it was you. You just said someone lived there.
Maybe it's some time,
Maybe
some in the past.
And from then on, they'd pull the trash truck up, get it, and then put it right back by the door. I felt so bad about that.
How long did it go on?
4 years.
Every day for 4 years, I felt horrible about it. I just kept
Somebody
doing
else confess a bad thought.
it. Well, we're out of time, though, aren't we?
Dang it.
Yeah, but we are.
Darn.
DC, what was your last bad thought?
You're out there on your own on this one. Jim's waving.
I mean, something that you're not... Oh, he's got one? Okay, Jim, come on. You can tell yours. What is it?
He's saying we have to take a break.
Dang it.
What is your... Jimmy, what's your bad thought? Real quick.
My bad thought is that if we don't break soon...
No, don't whip out on me.
See,
I've never had thoughts like the ones you just mentioned.
Well, it don't have to be like those.
Yeah, you're sick.
Yeah, or it could be a sick thought. What's your last bad or sick
man, I couldn't think of anything.
Oh, come on, Jimmy.
I got very pure, wholesome thoughts, really.
Very pure.
Other than the problem of telling the truth, I mean, you're just an angel.
Well,
Anybody else? Smitty, you got a... Am I the only one that has bad thoughts?
Yes.
Honestly, Steve,
Or the
I'm
only
trying
one's-
to think.
Only one stupid enough to blurt them out.
I have a lot of really insensitive thoughts, and I'm a really insensitive person. But when you say that you feel bad about, none stick out in my mind, because honestly, I really don't feel bad about a lot of the thoughts that I do have.
Well, at least I feel better about myself, because unlike Smitty, I do feel guilty about my bad thoughts.
Right.
You don't even feel bad about it.
I really don't. I know that makes me kind of a bad person, but
It
I'm
makes
really,
you a sociopath.
I have really insensitive humor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's somebody that can kill and not feel guilty about it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yes, that's how it starts.
A sociopath.
Right.
I tell a lot of insensitive jokes.
Oh, that's harmless. That's not like, taking advantage of something.
Sean, do you have
Like
bad thoughts?
someone we know.
Do you have bad thoughts?
Yes, but they are as far as the east is from the west, and I can't get into it.
What does that mean?
So I wish I was in a wheelchair, and I want to have sex with a blind deaf person. Is that bad?
Yes, wanting to have sex with Helen Keller is bad.
That's bad.
Do y'all think less of me?
No, not that we already did. No.
Smitty doesn't, but I know the rest of you do.
Disgusting.
Judge not, unless you want to be judged.
I'm not judging. It's horrible. I'm not judging.
I've never acted on any of them.
Yes.
Well, not yet, yeah.
Yes. If given the opportunity, if a wheelchair was delivered to your home today, would you accept it?
Maybe a rascal, not a wheelchair.
Okay, yeah. Rascal.
All right, if a blind deaf person was delivered to your home today.
Delivered. Ding, 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 ding.
All right, what do we have to do here? We have to do
Yes.
something.
Pay the bills.
I think I have to do about 25 Hail Marys, so I don't know what